shit! Get down! Everybody get down!
Denzel Washington might finally break a 36-year streak with the newly announced movie prequel. Plus, there's something big happening with the sequel, possibly a Book of Eli 2. Let's dive into all the exciting details about these films. The announcement of a prequel TV show for the Book of Eli gives Denzel Washington a chance to break a long-standing career trend. 14 years after Denzel made a memorable impact as Eli, the intriguing post-apocalyptic world is expanding with a new prequel show starring John Boyega. Given that the show is set 30 years before the movie, it makes sense to recast Eli, so Boyega stepping in for Washington isn't surprising. Denzel had the chance to return to the Book of Eli universe years ago, but since Eli died at the end of the movie, a prequel was the only way to continue the story. However, a prequel movie starring Denzel was never pursued, leaving him with just his original role as the blind warrior. Now, with Boyega taking the lead, it seems there's no place left for Washington. But there is still one way for him to stay involved that could break his decades-long trend. Let's dig into the details. That said, Denzel Washington could return for a cameo in the Book of Eli's prequel show. Although there have been no reports indicating Denzel's involvement, the prequel series has most of the key creative team back. Original writer Gary Whitta is behind the new show, with original directors Albert and Alan Hughes producing the series. This leaves Denzel, the biggest piece of the original movie, missing. Development on the Book of Eli's show may eventually lead to getting Denzel aboard for a cameo. Even though the series takes place 30 years before the movie, there could be a section in the first episode or later on that incorporates an older version of Eli. This would allow Denzel to reprise his role as Eli once more. A cameo could fill in some unanswered questions from the Book of Eli and be an exciting opportunity for the A-list star to endorse the prequel and pass the baton to Boyega. Such a cameo could provide a satisfying link between the original film and the prequel series, delighting longtime fans and creating a deeper connection. It would also serve as a significant nod to Denzel's iconic performance, ensuring his legacy within the franchise while paving the way for Boyega to make his mark. If Denzel does decide to make a cameo in the Book of Eli's prequel, it'll be a monumental moment, marking his return to television after a whopping 36 years. Denzel's last TV appearance was in 1988, when he wrapped up his run on the medical drama St. Elsewhere after 6 seasons. Since then, he's been solely focused on movie roles, including his iconic portrayal of Eli in the Book of Eli. While Denzel has lent his voice to animated shows post-1988, he hasn't taken on any physical roles on TV since his St. Elsewhere days. Despite the lack of official reports about his involvement in the Book of Eli's prequel, the mere possibility of his return to television is significant. There's speculation about whether Denzel's absence from TV is a deliberate choice or just a matter of preference for movie roles. He hasn't publicly spoken about avoiding TV appearances, so perhaps the Book of Eli's prequel will serve as the perfect opportunity to entice him back to the small screen. Only time will tell if this prequel becomes Denzel's long-awaited return to television. The ending of the 2010 post-apocalyptic action flick, The Book of Eli, packs a punch with its deep meaning and jaw-dropping twist. Denzel Washington stars as Eli, a tough survivor navigating a wasteland with a mysterious book that everyone seems willing to kill for. While critics had mixed feelings, some praised the film for its gripping plot and fresh take on the post-apocalyptic genre. Despite competing with many other movies on the same theme, The Book of Eli stands out with its captivating world-building, raking in over $150 million at the box office. It keeps audiences on their toes with plenty of surprising twists while staying true to its rich symbolism throughout the storyline. The dense thematic layers make the ending of the Book of Eli ripe for analysis, contributing to its enduring cult status more than a decade later. In the climactic finale of the Book of Eli, the villainous Bill Carnegie, played by Gary Oldman, gets his hands on the coveted book, revealed to be a pristine copy of the Bible. Determined to unlock its secrets, Carnegie seeks the help of the engineer, portrayed by Tom Waits. Meanwhile, our hero Eli, accompanied by Solara, makes their way to San Francisco's ruins and finds refuge on Alcatraz Island. As Carnegie finally cracks open the Bible, he's met with an unexpected hurdle. It's written in Braille, rendering it unreadable to him. Despite losing the physical book in a confrontation with Carnegie, Eli proves his remarkable memory by reciting its entire contents to Lombardi and his fellow survivors on Alcatraz. Back in Carnegie's town, Claudia stands firm, refusing to assist him in deciphering the Braille and warning him of the consequences of his obsession with the book. With Eli's task complete, he passes away, leaving behind a newly transcribed Bible among other sacred texts. Solara, choosing her path, decides not to stay at Alcatraz, taking Eli's sword as she ventures back into the wasteland. The revelation of Eli's blindness in the Book of Eli is a game-changer that adds depth to the story. Despite the film giving little hint of Eli's condition, his blindness isn't just a shock twist thrown in for effect. It's a carefully crafted element that reshapes the entire narrative. The moment when Carnegie discovers the Bible in Braille is where the twist unfolds gradually, rather than being a sudden, over-the-top reveal. This subtle approach makes the impact even more profound, fundamentally altering the trajectory of the Book of Eli. Unlike some twists that render a rewatch unnecessary, Eli's blindness adds layers to the movie, making it a richer experience on subsequent viewings. His condition makes him a more complex character, and his journey is symbolic of the power of faith. Throughout the film, Eli speaks of the importance of faith, and his blindness embodies this concept perfectly. Despite his inability to see, he embarks on a seemingly impossible quest, guided by a higher power, an embodiment of blind belief in action. Eli's death in the Book of Eli carries profound significance, emphasizing the power of sacrifice. Unlike typical action movie endings where the hero triumphs, Eli's demise adds a somber realism, fitting for a character driven by faith rather than action hero bravado. His quiet passing underscores the thematic parallels with figures from religious texts who met their end in pursuit of their beliefs. Despite succumbing to the gunshot wounds inflicted by Carnegie, Eli fulfills his mission by passing on his knowledge of the Bible to Lombardi. His ultimate sacrifice echoes the tradition of Christian martyrs, symbolizing the profound power of sacrifice, which is central to many faiths. Eli's journey mirrors the archetype of selfless devotion found in religious narratives, particularly the story of Jesus in the New Testament. The true meaning of the Book of Eli transcends simple religious allegory. While Christianity plays a central role, the film's message is broader, exploring the power and dangers inherent in knowledge and belief systems. The clash between Carnegie's desire for control and Eli's mission to preserve knowledge for the benefit of humanity underscores the nuanced exploration of these themes. The inclusion of other holy books alongside the Bible in the film's conclusion highlights its broader commentary on the wielding of ideas for both good and evil purposes. In the end, the Book of Eli serves as a cautionary tale about the consequences of unchecked belief and the potential for both immense good and profound evil to emerge from the same wellspring of ideas. And that's what concludes today's video. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. Feel free to share your suggestions for future videos in the comments below.